Knox Box, everything you need to take your game from the box to the board.
Hey guys, welcome to Knox Box. I am Knock himself. We have Cordial Rob and Miguel Binibi. I think that's his name.
Of course it is.
Fantastic. Today we are looking at, well, in light of the Mars Attacks review, where we talked about scenery a little bit, we have the Dead Zone Scenery Upgrade Pack and a couple of its very similar cousins.
We have the Sci-Fi Fortified District and the Sci-Fi Urban District.
Fantastic. So we're going to crack them open, see what kind of pieces you get in there, and really explore this clipped together terrain.
This is quite nice because it shows you all the bits you can expect in the box, and this works with all the Mantic scenery because of the integrated way they've done it.
Right. Wow, that is a box of sprues.
It's definitely a box of sprues.
Just look at that. That's pretty deep. That's a big box of sprues.
They're a bit of a long job to work with as well, just as a...
Pretty deep, long job. There's no kind of no innuendos in there. No.
She didn't say anything.
She was too busy.
Right, so back to our PG filming.
Yeah, so we're going to have to cut that out as well. It's bad today. Right.
What do you mean as well? We haven't cut anything out.
Shush. Right. This is all your connection clips. So if I pull out another sprue, all these holes here, you'll be using these connectors to pin them together.
Oh, okay, so you've got flat connectors to do literally one-on-one, yeah.
And then if you spin over, you've then got holder connectors, and then
for
the corners, and then when you're working up on your upper stories, okay?
Yeah, so you've got interior corners, and yeah.
All quite nice. Right, here we have some walls, some windows, some barriers, and we sometimes, in some of our games, we use these either as flooring or walls, because it's quite... Either it can count as some, on the Mantic games, you can either climb up through stuff, or you can shoot through stuff, or if you're really small models, they can jump through it as well. So my plague dogs can fit through there, but my plague troops can't, things like that.
Oh, cool.
Now we've got, if I count...
That's the exact same again?
Exact same.
Oh, wow.
Exact same.
Well, they don't go halves on the scene, do they? That's 4 packs already. So
4 packs already with 8 bits in. And then we get the next bit, which is under bracing for if you're doing walkways, corner bracing, additional scenery on the sides.
Oh yeah, those are kind of boxes and things of scenery, yeah.
Boxes and
But
barrels.
usually what you do is you stick them to the walls. Well, I've done is stick some to the walls and then brace it a bit more.
Oh, okay.
Because if you've got something that's hanging, or if you had something like that and you want to brace it if it's in the middle of a plateau or something, then it's probably the easiest way to do it.
Nice.
These are handrails for if you're doing galleries or stuff like that.
And you have a little ladder.
And ladders, because...
And what is the... Oh, is it an aerial?
It can
Something
be used as an
like that.
aerial or a lamppost, because there you've got the hanging lights.
Ah, yes.
So you-
Oh, yeah, I can see the lamp on this one.
So on that one you can pin it against the wall and then have the light sticking out, which I quite like.
So those are kind of the detail sprues, are they? So you get 2 of those.
2 of those. And
That's
then you
good.
get more flooring sections and a door section.
Ah, yes.
Because in some of the games you'll have things where you open the door and then things will happen.
Actually, in the latest update for Dead Zone, is it called Incursion? There's actually rules for opening and closing doors and portals and things, and
Because it might be a case where you have someone positioned here, a door, and someone there. That person will open the door, that person will shoot, and then hopefully kill what's on the other side before they get a chance to shoot back.
Oh, absolutely. And so that's the actual door.
Yeah.
So presumably there is a piece for the door to fit into.
Indeed, so there's the second one.
So you've got 2 of those.
And here is the door piece, so if you move that, Miguel. So there's your door, standard door piece with your door.
Nice, yep. So you put the 2 together.
Yep, then you've got more support brackets, if I turn it over you can see them, for walls, and then there's more flooring,
Nice.
wall use, depending on what you want to build.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And
you've
the
then
general polystyrene tiles you expect to see in most office buildings, yeah?
Yeah, so 2
2
more
of
of
them.
those.
So how many? So in total, you get 2 of those sprues, 2 of the interior door sprues,
Doors, walls, and
2 detail.
walkways.
2 detail sprues, which I think are my favourites,
4 of the basic ones.
4 of the basic building sprues. So you get a lot of sprues.
Lots
and
of
1
sprues.
of the connectors.
What are the other 2 sets? Because I saw we had 3. So that's the main one. That's the upgrade, the generic pack.
That's the upgrade generic pack.
So this is, can we lie that down?
This is the Battle Zone.
The
Sci-Fi.
Urban District. So if you turn it over, because Mantic are very useful, and I've put in a full list of the pieces. So
you've got additional more doors. Actually, you've probably got a similar amount of stuff in here. You'll have...
Yeah, it looks very, very similar.
Yeah. Basically, there are 2 modes in the Mantic, because the bloke who designed this originally made for Games Workshop the Apocalypse buildings.
Really?
Yes, and the thing he didn't quite like about the Apocalypse building was they all came pre-ruined. So this is why with the Mantic Battle Zone scenery, you get pristine, and then you get ruined.
Okay, and this is the pristine version. Yes, so there's a ruined version as well, is there?
There is a ruined version of this one as well. We haven't got that here, but basically it's all jagged edges and stuff like that. But the thing is, because they're an integrated system, you can build it all together. So the real big box, the £100 set that builds a 4x4 board.
Oh yes, the quarter, yeah, the huge thing, yeah.
2 to 3 layers. That comes in a ruined or an unruined set, but you can merge it together to make a 4x8 full board. And as I said, because it's a 28mm scale miniature system that Mantic are currently
But it's
using.
28mm, but you could probably use it for like Prodos's Warzone as well, because that's 32, isn't it?
That's 32. Games Workshop 27 Heroic. So you know, if you're going to play, dare I say it, Necromunda or some of the other older skirmish games, this will fit straight in right away. So
that's that one, which is very similar to the upgrade. Oh, you can see the barrels.
There's your barrels. There's some of your boxes, your ladders, because it's in the Mantic games, it's a half action to go up a level on a ladder. So you know, strategically, ladders can be very important.
Awesome. And the final box is...
This is the Sci-Fi Fortified District.
Oh, so it's a similar... Oh, no, this is totally different. This is really military, isn't it?
This is really military. This is quite a different one, because unlike the upgrade box, the main component you're watching out for here is those... They basically are reinforcement plates to your standard wall plates that make them look heavier and bulkier.
I can see them there. They go up against the normal walls.
And you've got different doors as well. For this, I'd probably use it, if you weren't going to use it on a flat board, we'd probably be doing it inside of a Space Hulk or something like that.
Oh, nice, yeah, it's a kind of a different way of making...
A Zone Mortalis, but on a smaller scale. The other good thing about this is, dare I say, a cheaper version of the Aegis defense line.
Yeah,
because
with somewhat less skulls.
We weren't going to mention that one.
Oh, no, that's Wall of Martyrs, yeah.
Wall of Martyrs, yeah. But if you get the landing zone version of this one, you basically get a long set of that, another turret, another radar, and then a flat base, and then you can do it round. So if you look through some of the Mantic's website for this, you'll find there's a lot of people done a lot of versions. Hey, here is one we made earlier. Right.
Oh, Rob.
Oh, Rob, indeed. If I turn it round first, there's the light with attachment, so you can see how that fits and how it comes out. Turn it around a bit more, you've got your ladders for your scaling.
Good thing there's a floor there for someone.
It's fine.
We're great at building.
If we spin it round, you can see all the different connectors.
Oh yes, you can see the flat pieces,
your braces, your side connectors, you've got corner connectors.
Oh yeah.
And if I probably look at...
And those are all underneath. So you show the top again?
If I show the top, you won't actually...
So actually those connections are quite well hidden, aren't they?
You won't see them. Yeah. Because of the way it's done in the corners, it just looks standard bracing in a building. And if I turn around so you can see the walling, you can then see the connectors, but that looks just like a standard balustrade then at that point, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it actually paints up really nicely, doesn't it?
It's a very simple kit to paint, because you've got some detailing, but not overly much, because you probably crack this out quite quickly. Base coat, probably grey.
Actually, yeah, I can talk you through this one, because this was a last minute, oh my god, I need some scenery. This is, dark grey basing it, and then a simple dry brush in lighter grey, and then a lighter dry brush in an even lighter grey, and then some corrosion kind of rust effects for the metalwork, just to pick out a few places, and then some random piles of mucus, and there should be some splashing of blood.
Yeah, that's in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a pile of, let's not really go into what that could be. Yes, so yeah, it's really simple to paint. Took up next to no time, and I'm an incredibly poor painter, so you can imagine what someone with some actual talent could do.
Really useful for storage as well is the one thing I'd definitely say about this kit, because it's plastic. Some of the laser cut MDFs, they absorb and attract moisture, so if you stick this in your loft, you've got no bother about it at all until you get out next time, whereas some of the other kits can be prone to misfortunes.
What do you think, Miguel? Because you're kind of new to the whole kind of modelling world.
Yeah. Well, from what I can tell from the scenery, I love it because of how well it scales with everything. All the models fit perfectly on it, and it looks very dynamic with them.
Nice. So yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I quite like is with the rules for the Mantic games, is that the sizes of all the windows and the entrance all matter. So the really big stuff can't fit through some windows, but the small stuff can. Then the smaller windows you can only probably see and be shot and shoot out of. So, you know, it makes it quite a fluid game. I'd be interested to see how it scales up with some of the other game systems.
Right, so we had a good look at what's actually in the base box Romantic and the way that the system works to put it together. So now we're going to look at a few other things on the market. For where do you go for scenery at the moment? Because you've got the classic companies, which do the polystyrene style, well, they're made of polystyrene hills and landscapes, which are, yeah, they're good
They're a good start.
for fantasy. For sci-fi,
You wouldn't touch with bars.
doesn't fit. So that doesn't work for me. So on the other side, they do some sci-fi versions. If you're,
Fan of skulls.
yeah, if you like skulls,
This is part of the Games Workshop Ruined Basilica, which on one side is quite nice and plain, on the other side looks like
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, there's 22 skulls on this square piece here. Just on the front of this square piece here, it's 22 skulls. So, I'm not a massive fan. I know this one is very scully, but they're all quite scully. So they're great for very specific settings. But for general sci-fi scenery,
they're quite nice on the undecorated point, but at that point you're paying a lot of money for something like that.
and they still have 3 skulls each.
The other
Not that I
point,
don't like skulls.
the other problem with them, of course, is painting them to a standard that you're, of course, happy with. With the pre-made stuff, you know, like the hill, that'll be about 20, maybe 30 quid, depending on the company you get it from. Comes as it is, get out of the box, you can play straight away. With the Games Workshop stuff, quite a bit more, you've got to assemble it, and then you've got to paint it, and painting that amount of skulls is tedious.
But it looks really good for a game of Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
For 40k, it's very thematic and it all fits. And it looks great. But for other sci-fi games,
It's not.
no. Although there is something I'm a massive fan of normally from Forge World. They do, yeah, that one. They do Zone Mortalis. I love this stuff. But again, it's 26 quid for each tile, and you've got no choice. That is, you get the tiles as they come. You don't get to put anything on it, and there is a lot of detail. Which, well, so that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, but if you've got several of the same tile, you'll be seeing a lot of the same detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because conversions, alright, you can add a few odds and ends in, but at the end of the day, it's going to be, you know, it's not scratch build.
And it's all one level. It can look good, but to make a big board of it, it's going to be a very boring board if it's just that, and it's very expensive. The other way is the different HDF companies that do the high density fibre board that are clipped together. This particular set is an old set by Warmill, who are fantastic guys and do some amazing scenery. And each building, they do small sci-fi buildings, they're about 20 quid each. So they're good, and they actually can stack for multi-level as well. So that's good, and I'm a big fan of their stuff. I do think it's good, and it has a really good place in the marketplace. Now, Mantic, this particular kit is probably about half the upgrade pack.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Roundabout.
it works out at about £10 for that, and I think £10 for that. Considering I've glued this one together, you don't have to.
No.
They can clip in and out.
Yeah.
If you just bring up the Zone Mortalis next size for just area effect.
Yeah, absolutely. So this works out about 10, about 25, well 26 exactly.
Yeah. So you're getting a lot more plastic with your...
And so much choice.
Well, you with this, you have to really plan it out before you crack open the box, I'd say.
Bah! Bah! Open it up, it's Lego. You just go crazy. No one follows instructions for Lego.
It's fine as long as you don't stand on the small bits at the end.
Remember to subscribe to the channel and like us on Facebook for all of your gaming needs.